There's a new thing that's going around. It's getting all the YNs mixed up. These niggas in China made a software called Reapware, and it's getting all the YNs witches. So basically what it does is it take an Apple MID, which is basically just a card for Apple Pay, and it directly downloads it to your phone.
If you use Apple Pay, you're going to want to watch this video. If you use Android Tap, you're going to want to watch this video. Matter of fact, if you use Bluetooth, you're going to want to watch this video. Let's get into the way these scams are evolving, y'all. What it look like, TV?
I am back! What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did ya miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today we're going to get into the world of NFC scams. NFC is the technology that you use when you use tap to pay or Android tap, all that type stuff. Those little waves that they send back and forth to the machine. They done found the way to hijack those and basically hijack your account. It's all types of ways they do it. So we're going to get back into the intro, let him break down that technique. And then we're going to jump into a couple of other techniques that they're using to hack the NFC feature on your phone.
There's a new thing that's going around. It's getting all the YNs mixed up. These niggas in China made a software called Reapware, and it's getting all the YNs witches. So basically what it does is it take an Apple MID, which is basically just a card for Apple Pay, and it directly downloads it to your phone. Now, for obvious reasons, I will not be doing this shit on camera because I'm not trying to have the feds knocking on my door. But basically, you go to their website, you buy a K-Ban, an AMID, or a REAP. Then you copy the information that they give you onto the software, you plug in your iPhone, and then download the card to your phone. And it doesn't get any simpler than that. I'm not gonna lie, this shit may be better than X2. Bro, shit is easy to use and simple. Not gonna lie, all the YNs getting rich off this method. Bro, swiping may officially be coming back in 2025.
But shh! Don't tell nobody!
I would never understand for the life of me why you would get on the internet and tell everybody that information. If you found a good hustle, why wouldn't you just keep it to yourself? But maybe I'm just from a whole different time and generation when we kept stuff like this to ourselves. But anyway, man, like you said, he's using a software called Reapware. But it's another method out there that they're calling the blue card method that I'm guessing uses a whole different type of software because all the cards show up as blue in your phone.
Scammers are back in 2025, bro. Obviously, they got a new method to add blue card to the phone. What is going on, bro? Pretty much, they got an Apple Pay method. You know, swiping. If you're familiar with swiping, any of that kind of stuff, they have figured out a way to use their software, the blue card method, add these blue cards to the phone, pretty much add people's information to their phone and just go into Saks LB. This shit is tough, bro. They go in and they tap to pay, boom, done. They're gone, bro. This is about to get a lot of people locked up. This is the software. This is what the software looks like in the background. They got the car right there, the phone connected. This is seriously getting out of hand, bro. What is going on? Let's stop these youngers officially once and for all as a group. Stop scamming in 2025. It's gotten out of hand. 2020 started it off. It's been 5 years. We need to put an end to these people. They need to go to Guantanamo Bay. I do not condone scamming. Please do not do this and stay safe.
Well, there you go. Those are the first two examples of how they're stealing your credit card information and finding out ways to load it onto their phone so they can go on shopping sprees with your money from their phone. I know I always wondered, with the millions of credit card numbers out there, how do these guys zero in and narrow down to which credit cards are worth it and which credit cards aren't?
That's a good question.
My man's going to break it down to you. It's all according to the BIN numbers.
You put the BIN number in on a site, you search on the site by BIN. BINs are like categories of credit cards. All the poor people have the same BINs, all the rich people have the same BINs. So if you see a BIN that's working, it's probably a rich ass BIN. That means if you find a rich person's card, you take the BIN, which is the first 6 digits of the card, and you find other similar cards to that rich person's card. BINs are like last names for credit cards. All of your family members who have the same last name, even if it's your 3rd or 4th cousin, they're all kind of related to you, but not exactly. It's the same with BINs. All cards that have the same BIN, they're kind of similar to each other, but not exactly. But don't do fraud, because this video is only for entertainment purposes only. If you're trying to get rich, check out the links in my bio. Also, I'm making merch, so go cop some. Make sure you follow me for more methods and check out my other socials where I'll be posting different ways of making money.
I never knew how they zeroed in on the real profitable credit cards, but that makes a lot of sense. They do it all by the BIN number. But like we went over the first 2 examples, and those are people that stole your information and you know nothing about it. But you can also be NFC scammed by yourself, by basically answering crazy texts and they having you download software. They're going to break down to you in this next video an NFC scam that basically you have to initiate if this scam hits you.
Hackers just flipped the NFC into a new payment card scam, and all they need is your phone and your trust. There's a new malware called SuperCard X that tricks Android users into installing it by pretending to be bank fraud protection. Here's how it works. You get a fake text from your bank claiming fraud on your card. You call the number, the scammer says they can help, but they need you to install a security tool. Once the app is installed, they ask you to tap your debit or credit card to your phone. That's when the malware silently steals your card data via NFC right through your own phone. And because it uses near-field communication, it bypasses traditional bank transfer fraud detection. So, never tap your card to your phone unless you're using a verified app. Don't trust text messages or calls about card fraud. Call your bank directly, stay alert, stay untapped.
And if you don't know, now you know. Now this is where the video kind of takes a twist, because we all love our money and we all feel our money is the most important. And when you think of your tap feature on your phone, you think of tapping to pay for something. But they done found out a way to manipulate the software in your phone and the NFC feature in your phone to make your phone pretty much like a flipper. And if you don't know what a flipper is basically a hacking device.
Flipper Zero things you should know.
So what is the Flipper Zero?
The Flipper Zero is a hacking tool that released a few years ago and got really popular. It was advertised as a digital Swiss Army knife with NFC, RFID, infrared, and a GPIO header, so you can put an ESP32 for those Wi-Fi deauthentication attacks you see on TikTok.
I don't know what that means.
And yes, it is true, you can open Tesla charging ports with this. As you can see here, this really is a digital Swiss Army knife with the amount of tech baked into this. You have a sub-gigahertz remote for opening things like smart sockets, IoT sensors, and garage doors. RFID, which would allow you to claim things like cards and hotel key cards. It even has Bluetooth, so you can control it from your phone. And as you might have seen on TikTok, it does have infrared transceivers, so you can turn off TVs and play pranks on people. I will be doing some tutorials in the future just to show you what this little device can do. If you're thinking of picking one of these up, it's really good because it's all in one. It's a bit pricey, but I definitely recommend getting one if you're into penetration testing and hardware hacking. This could be a really good thing to put on your CV, as it shows that you're passionate and interested in learning more about the subject. If you do get one, please use it responsibly on devices that you have explicit permission to use it on.
One of the first videos that I did was on the flipper tool, you know what I mean? Because I was just wondering, why would they sell this in the public? But okay, what can you exactly do with the NFC feature on your phone now, since it's like a flipper tool? Maybe manipulate hotel keys?
What I think what they would actually do is just get the same NFC ID. Yeah. Which is like the, you know how you have a hotel card and you can tap? Fam, there's an app on my phone and I literally have it. That I
think you told me this.
Yeah, I can literally take whatever frequency your hotel card has, copy it, and put it onto a blank card through my iPhone, fam. Facts. People don't know this though. I just gave out the method.
That's how we got into the W.
That's all cool and dandy if you want somebody to have a hotel key. But what if just somebody randomly is copying your hotel key or your apartment key or the pool pass or whatever other pass that you need to badge or swipe in or to badge to the building. And you could use these flippers to pretty much get around anything that has a radio wave.
My new apartment only gives us cards for the building. Luckily, I can fix that with new tags from Amazon and my flipper. First, we go to RFID, then read the original card. Then we write that data to the new tags. Viola, a new tag for accessing my building.
Welcome to McDonald's, what you want?
Hey, hi. No, I'm sorry, can you put it to the first window? That's
I can take your order right here.
Excuse me, I can hear.
Hold up front.
I can take your order. I can take your order.
Okay, so.
You cannot take the order.
Yes, I can take the order. I can take the order if I want to take the order.
What's going on, guys?
She's new. She's new. She's new. Okay. What can I get for you?
Can I get medium fry to order?
I need you to pull to the first one.
Okay.
Ha ha, very funny,
As you can see, the flipper could do a little bit of everything, and the flipper could do something else, and I'm gonna save for the end of the video that's really scary. But you can see the flipper could do a little bit of everything, and it has its own little underground community of people that's developing software and tech and knows the ins and outs. And if these people don't choose to use their knowledge for good, they can be very dangerous people.
So before we can hack NFC, you gotta understand how it works. So here's the cheat sheet. NFC runs at 13.56 megahertz, same as RFID, but different tech. There are 3 modes: reader-writer, your phone or reader reads the tags. Then you have peer-to-peer. That's when 2 devices talk. And next you have card emulation. And this is when it pretends to be a card. So NFC tags store data like URLs, text, and IDs. Some are rewritable and some aren't. So you just ran your first NFC scan. Now what? Let's break down what you found and where to go next. So using the ESP32 and PN532 or whatever module, that UID you saw, that's the tag's fingerprint. You also pull the tag type and maybe even the memory size. This is just the recon phase. Now you can log it, maybe decode the data blocks and start spotting patterns across different tags. This is normally where beginners stop, but real hackers, they're gonna keep going. So next up, I'm gonna be diving a little bit deeper for what I can publicly put out on the mainstream. And we're gonna go a little deeper, like tag emulation and other things involving NFC hacking. So make sure to click the link down below in my bio, check out my resources, and also try and join the free community I have where we discuss a lot more awesome stuff like this in course format. And yeah, just a lot of cool other people to network with and also dive deeper into topics like this.
So my man just broke down a lot of information for you that I can't decipher for you because I'm not a techie.
I'm not a smart man.
I'm just here to bring y'all the information to keep everybody abreast. But the scariest feature of that Flipper Zero is a feature that's coming to your phone, or I think they already have the software for your phone. And it's the ability to exert an NFC field generator, basically where it could pick up any NFC that enters into its area. Why my man had one underneath his skin, I do not know. But as you can see, it was picking up all the NFCs in that little area around the Flipper Zero. And you're probably saying that somebody would have to get very close to you to steal your information, and you might know. So you might need to be wary of people that's just coming up standing next to you, because they might be trying to get some NFC information from you.
Okay, so I just had to literally reset my whole phone, back up everything on my phone, because today I feel like I was a victim of a scam scheme going on. We were at the park today, east side of Detroit, and this guy was randomly like standing next to people. He came and stood next to me, which is very odd, but I didn't think nothing of it because we was at the park. And then he went to go stand next to a group of girls. And then if you know about Skateland on the east side of Detroit, they were open today. And he went to go stand over there with them for about not even 5 minutes. So I just, like an hour ago, I got a notification saying that I spent $16 at Apple. I checked both devices that are connected with Apple. Nobody made any purchases because we always confirm any purchases before we make the purchase. So I know we didn't make. And even still, with the purchases that we made yesterday, they still didn't add up to the price that was made tonight, which is at 10 o'clock. Now, I won't know for sure if this is like the case, but I do just want to make y'all aware, like, to turn off y'all NFCs. That is the contactless payment. So you know how you tap your phone at like restaurants, Dollar Tree and things like that. Any place that has the contactless payments, turn that off if y'all are not utilizing. Because I did research of my own, and they said if you have that option on, all a person needs to do is like literally stand next to you or like bump into you to get your information. And yeah, I didn't feel safe after today. So turn y'all NFCs off, reset everything. I had to reset my whole phone and back up everything because I felt like my phone and my privacy was jeopardized today. Not to make y'all scared, but just a little heads up.
Them scammers are good. Those were some top-notch scammers. If they found something in the Apple store or on an Apple website for $16, them scammers is good. They bought a receipt or something. Ain't nothing in there for $16. You got people out there that actually think that this is funny.
The absolute best thing would be something.
Thank you.
What?
For the $100. Thank you. I needed it. I ain't gonna lie, my pocket's hurting right now. I just needed $100. You have more than $100 in your account?
What are you? No.
Like, oh, thank you. $200 to me. Oh, come on.
No. Get away!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gone, y'all.
That's cold-blooded.
But she was saying that somebody was getting up close range trying to steal information. That's what it felt like. But what if I told you they have modifications for these Flipper Zeros where people could be nowhere near you and they could steal your information? This Flipper is a problem.
I'm gonna have to go into hardcore hacking mode.
If you're serious about Flipper Zero, you need to be serious about Flipper Zero upgrades. And here are my top 3 upgrades for Flipper Zero. First up is the dual ESP32 Marauder board by AWalk. Turns the Flipper Zero into the ultimate tool for both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi exploration. There's 2 versions of the dual ESP32 Marauder board. I personally prefer this version, the non-touch version. Next up is the Flux Capacitor by Rabbit Labs, and this is an absolute beast and a must-have for anyone serious about Flipper Zero. Pro tip, if you get the Flux Capacitor, do yourself a favor and get an external amplifier. This is an AB IoT 433. The Flux Capacitor makes it very easy to explore car key fobs, garage doors, and a whole lot more. And it looks like we just got a signal. Let's see what we got, shall we? And it's a valid one too. You can run this in GNU Radio or Universal Radio Hacker. GPIO extenders are an absolute must-have for anyone with the Flipper Zero. This GPIO extender is made by Rabbit Labs. I prefer these. They fit really well and they're designed to increase the life of the GPIO on your Flipper Zero. So if you add and remove boards often like I do, this is an absolute no-brainer.
Hike the planet! Hike the planet!
I'm telling y'all, man, in the wrong hands, that thing is a problem. In the right hands, it can do a lot of good things, man. It can help prevent people from getting scammed if it's in the right hands.
Criminals are nearby if you see these Bluetooth devices. The next time you're at a gas station scanning for Bluetooth devices and you happen to come across a Bluetooth device named HC03, HC05, or HC06, that's not a Bluetooth speaker, and it's certainly not a car stereo. That is a credit card skimmer. Go to Bluetooth, go to sniffers, scroll down to detect credit card skimmers. Lazy criminals don't even change the default settings. They plant credit card skimmers, leave the Bluetooth exposed, and walk away, stealing card data from anyone swiping, tapping, or inserting their card. But with a dual ESP32 Marauder board, you can detect them instantly, and it looks like this gas station is free of credit card skimmers. Stay safe.
I think I don't have to tell y'all what the lesson's going to be in this video, and it's going to be pretty much to turn your NFC tap feature off when you're not using it and turn your Bluetooth off when you're not using it. Because like I said at the beginning, your Bluetooth is at risk at being hacked also.
The future doctor of IT back here with another cybersecurity tip to keep you and your data safe. Blue bugging, blue jacking, blue snarfing. What are these? These are all types of Bluetooth attacks that can expose your data and your device from being taken, stolen, or viewed. So be very mindful about having your Bluetooth setting or your NFC setting on when you're not using it, because you could be subject to these types of attacks when you're not aware of it. Being mindful of these Bluetooth attacks will keep you and your data, of course, safe.
I can't tell you how they do it, but they can attack that Bluetooth. So if you're not using it, turn the Bluetooth off, especially when you're out, when you're in these malls and you're in these spaces where it's a lot of people, because it could be somebody just sitting around with one of them flippers in their backpack just collecting data. You never know nowadays. Now, remember earlier in the video when I was telling y'all that I was going to save the wildest flipper video to the end? The video that shows that this thing is pretty much a security risk on all levels. After you see the Flipper Zero do this, you're going to understand exactly why. But this right here is a dangerous device in the right person's hands. Check this video out.
Watch what happens when I walk past my security camera right here. We're going to get a notification that someone's in the backyard. See? Not a problem. But what happens when we activate our Flipper Zero? Different story. Let's see what happens here. We'll go the whole way down to my yard. Oh, shit. Alright, you can see where I fell. We're back in business. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start the deauthentication flood against our camera back here in the backyard. And just keep in mind, this is disconnecting the Wi-Fi that I have inside my house that is powering that wireless camera. So we're going to start the deauthentication flood now. Now let's see if my camera picks us up. We'll even do a live view. Let's see what happens. Completely down. There's no life in this. So we'll go back. Let's go back completely. Backyard. There I am before I fell. Let's see what happens. We'll do another live. The deauthentication is certainly working. And it's crazy it was working from the backyard like that. Absolutely wild.
Things can get scary with the flipper, man. Things can get scary. And if you was paying attention earlier in the video, they said this came out in 2020. It's 2025 right now. So you know somebody has a new and improved version.
You really think Flipper Zero is better than our pranking device?
Fight!
Well, let me prove you wrong and show you what this can do. First of all, I'll shut down the whole electronics store just for the fun of it. And then the gaming center as well. Can your Flipper Zero do that? I'll stop yapping because I spotted a perfect target to mess with. Let me prepare a quick spam in no time. Tralalero tralala is the only thing you can watch now. Now I'll switch location. Let me snag a quick ride. Whoa, let's not crash. Okay, let me create a fake Wi-Fi to see who logs in. We have a ton of data. Take that, Flipper Zero. This was very fun, guys. See you next time.
It's only getting worse out there, y'all, so we got to try to be safe. We're going to turn off our NFC feature, our tap feature whenever we're not using it, and we're going to turn off our Bluetooth. And I seriously think everybody that's dealing with those little blue card scams and the stuff that we was discussing earlier through the phone, I think they're all going to get caught because it's too much of a digital trail.
Y'all are going to jail! Period!
But right now, people do not seem to care about the future as long as they can get a couple dollars today. I'll never understand that. But anyway, before we get up out of here, I think I found out the whole catch to the pay pig thing. I think I found the catch to the pay pig thing. And I think the people that's accepting this money, they're not realizing that they're going to be in trouble in a little bit because it's a new scam on Cash App right now. That's why it was all this put your Cash Apps down in the comment section. It's a new scam on Cash App right now. Check this out.
8,000, man. It was a blessing right over the easy AK. Literally the easiest money ever, man. I gotta drop y'all cash section comment just like this. Simple just like this. Send just like that, man. Y'all drop y'all tags right now, literally right now.
If it's a stranger and ain't sent you some money, do not accept it. Because you don't know how it got loaded onto their account. It's going to be a lot of you out there that's going to be in trouble because you just accepted stolen funds. That's why you're not supposed to be messing with total strangers on the internet. I know it was a catch to that pay pig stuff. Hit me up in the comments section if you knew it too. But anyway, y'all, like I said, turn them Bluetooths off, turn your RFID, your NFC off, turn everything off when you're not using it. Because right now, your phone is under attack and it's at an all-time high. But anyway, hit me up in the comments section. Let me know how you feel about everything you just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.